Hey, John and Dude. So this afternoon I have returned to Ragpath Woods, armed with a little bit more information, and there's a couple of features that I'm hoping to see. All being well, if I find them, I'll show you. See you in a bit. What a fantastic place to be. Beautiful, lovely woodland walk on a sunny afternoon. Nothing better. Okay, so we're back in the clearing, and we know that Dere Street came from that direction, and my belief was that it headed off down there, so there's a little side route. But doing a little bit more research, having a look at the maps and watching other people's research, it seems to be that it takes a sharp left-hand turn and heads off in that direction through the woods. So that's what I'm looking for today. I want to find evidence of some kind of earthworks that indicate maybe a raised road or a route through the woods. So we'll go and have a look. See you shortly. Okay, so I'm standing pretty much where the map shows me Dere Street would have cut through into the woods, and two words that I've learned since I've been looking into this are Holloway and Agger. And Holloway describes a route which is kind of worn down like a hollow way through constant use with footprints and horse and cart, etc. And an Agger is a raised section which was normally built up, and that's what supported a Roman road. And it would also have been mainly constituted rock underneath for drainage. And everywhere you look around here, you can see there is evidence of plenty of rocks in the ground, plenty of stones. I did notice over to the side, just through those trees, there's also what looks like a quarry. But whether I'm standing exactly on it or not, there's definitely indications when you look around this area of a raised section being an Agger, and the Holloways to the side. So possibly could be in the right place, who knows. Okay, so I'm in the woods again, and this takes the general direction of where I think the road would have gone. So I'm just going to head down there. Well, there's a woodpecker, and then just see if there's any more indication as to what I'm looking for. Okay, so I've followed this feature down through the woods. It continues pretty much straight all the way down following that path. But what I've also noticed is, if I look a little bit closer at the side of it, it's literally riddled with stone, really hard, compacted, like different to the ground I'm walking on here. Now, I might just be hypothesising here, but that looks like, what do you think, Nebs? Does that look possibly like it could be part of the Roman road? I mean, I don't profess to be an archaeologist, but it just seems a little bit out of character with the natural sort of features in the land. So, it's a possibility. Okay, so I've just come across the other feature that I wanted to see. Now, I take no credit for this. I did come across somebody else's video who'd done a lot of research, and there was suggestions that this may be a Roman milestone. Again, it's a large rock. It's got a flat side, flat bottom. Could have possibly stood upright at one point, but are very much out of character with whatever else we're looking at in these woods. So knowing that the Roman road cut through down here, there is a good chance that that could be what we're looking at. So that's what I wanted to see today. Okay, so after a rather interesting scramble down the bankside there, I've reached the point where, if you go off the Ordnance Survey map, this would be the point where the bridge would have had to have kind of spanned the DNS, which is the stream behind us. So if that's the case, I mean, we've got quite an obvious bit of high ground to that side, but this side I'm not so sure, and I can't really get access over there without getting my feet wet. But this is pretty much where they would have had to cross in this general area and then head up in the direction of Wilkes Hill. So nothing obvious, but I just wanted to come down just to check it out. Okay then, slightly different angle. I've come from that side to this side and things look a little different. Much lower ground here, and come from there, that roughly follows the line of the possible road, There's a bit of a holloway going through there, but across on the other side there, if I can just zoom in, there's an obvious pile of earth and stone, covered in moss and grass, and just wondering whether that could have been, you know, part of what was raised ground, maybe a bridge abutment possibly. Oh, there goes the dog. Anyway, who knows. Okay, so that's the line of the road that I followed, straight through, down to that hollow way, possibly across the field. I'd like to think so. So I've just come across this stone, and maybe you make things up in your mind, maybe you want things to be something they're not, but there's definitely an interesting shape to that. It doesn't look like a natural weathered stone, so could it be Roman? I'd like to think so. Well, that's just done for today, but I feel quite satisfied that I believe what I've seen there is more realistic, as in more likely to be the remains of Dere Street. So yeah, I'll keep on digging, metaphorically speaking, but I'm happy with that. Catch you later.